got on, they be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's split. That's split.
I swear to God, I can eat, sleep, and make love in these.
Yeah. Taylor Gang. Taylor Gang.
The Back Me Out 2000s. What we doing?
What are those? What are
Excuse me, sweetheart. Can I get your phone number?
What's up, people? Welcome back to Telling Made Case. Now, look, I'm Diddy. I'm Diddy. What's up, people? Welcome back to Telling Made Kicks, man. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, all that good stuff. Say something in the chat or the comment section so we can see who's all rocking and rolling with us tonight, man. How's everybody doing, man? Let me see. Man, Nell's watching the draft and shit on a sneak tip. Look at him, y'all. So if y'all don't know, the NBA draft is now just getting started. So, you know, we trying to see who do what, who get who, you know, all kinds of things of that nature, man. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for Game 7 as we break it down. What's up, Angelia? What's she talking about? First of all, don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful, Angela. We be on time sometimes. And sometimes we just be black. That's all. What's up, Tina Renee? What's up, people? Say something in the chat, man, so we can see who's all rocking and rolling tonight. All right. I do think we will be having a special guest joining us at any moment. You know, Jay said he wanted to drop some information regarding his whole sneaker store situation. So I don't know what's happening, but we shall see, people. We shall see, people. We got some information coming for y'all. If y'all got any questions, make sure y'all put those in the chat and in the comment section. And as usual, let's get into sneaker court, people. Let's go.
Order in the court.
Officer, I got one question for you. What are those?
People, as always, if you get caught slipping, this is the place where you get exposed. So welcome to Sneaker Court. I'm going to call these the DoorDash specials, man. What's up, now? What we doing?
Get him the fuck off my porch.
What's up, people? If y'all don't know, the DoorDash bike riders, or whatever the fuck y'all want to call them, they be picking up y'all food looking like this, man.
Crazy.
So these are the DoorDash specials, man. See, that's why I'm Team Ice, man. I don't care what y'all say. That's why I'm Team Ice, man. Get these niggas the fuck out of here. Yup, get these niggas the fuck out of here. That's why I'm Team Ice, man. Y'all let me know in the chat and in the comment section if y'all are rocking with the DoorDash specials or no, man. Because I can't do. No, you roll?
Fuck no, I'm not wearing them shits. I'm rocking with them.
You gotta put on your hoochie daddy shorts and a wife beater.
I like my toes out. Like, I'm cool.
That's a fact.
I'm fuck straight.
What's up, pain in the ass? I see you in the chat. I seen you going crazy on Sneaker Check today. So shout out to you. Shout out to Maryland, y'all. I see you in the chat. What's up? Before we move to the next one, I do want to say, well, let me get this shit off the screen because y'all don't need to see this. It's bad. I just do want to say, and you might be against this, Nell, but
Mhm.
I just want to say shout out to all the ladies who, since it's hot out, just go wife beater, no bra.
Oh, I'm married, so I.
So shout out to y'all, man. I just want to say thank you. much appreciated, man. Shout out to all the ladies that go wife beater, no bra when it's super hot outside.
You want people to be comfortable. You don't want people to be hot, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. What's up, Diana? I see you in the chat. All right, let's go. I got one more and sneaker check today. I don't know what these are necessarily, but I just call them the happy feet. So maybe you might know what these is now, but I don't know. What's up? What you think?
I don't know what they is. They gotta be knockoff somethings. They're not something that need to be worn ever.
yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the chat and in the comment section. Do y'all know what these are? Have y'all seen them? Yeah, we watching the draft too, Diana. So you know, we in tune,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what these are. He might have been in Happy Feet, the movie. But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
But they knock off Jones.
yeah, they gotta be.
I can't deal. Get y'all peoples, man. Like I said, it is summertime. I know a lot of people is not gonna be carrying the things. What's up, Loretta? I see you in the chat. And just, doing whatever. Or, just might be on your little lounge joint. I don't give a fuck. Run to the store real quick. But talk to your people, man. That's all I want to say. Talk to your people. Tell them that this is not cool. This is not
Acceptable at all.
yeah, it's not acceptable.
Unacceptable behavior on all parties involved.
That's a fact. What that is this week's edition of Sneaker Court, people. Like I said, don't get caught slipping or we will expose you. And if ever you're out and about and you see some violations like super dog Air Force Ones, somebody's sneakers is bent up, they got their shoelaces chewed by the dog, the heels is leaning, they leaning and rocking with it, or just standing there, but they still leaning and rocking with it. Whatever it may be, man.
Get them some help. They might be going through a mental situation.
Well, whatever. I'm still gonna put you on Sneaker Court. I'm still we were going to you some help, but we still gonna put you on Sneaker Court. We still gonna put you on Sneaker Court, man. All right, so since we did that, man, let's show some love to the people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Sneaker Check, people. And shout out to everybody who posted and participated today. Now, what we got going on?
Yeah, man, we had a lot of people that did their thing. As you said, when Marilyn came in, she was definitely going crazy in there, showing a pair of sneakers that went viral last year that we highlighted on the show. The Walmart Avias.
All right, I'll bring those up real quick because I did see people talking about them. Let me see, man. I think it's raining outside. The Wi-Fi is a little Wi-Fi in right now.
Definitely out there raining.
But let me see, man. All right. Let me see which one of these I want to pull up. So, are they back in Walmart?
Yeah, they back in Walmart. They back
in
Walmart sites. It's not, the hype wasn't as big as it was last year, but they still going strong though. When people realized that they were a thing last year, everybody ran out and got them. And now it is summer again.
Okay, I need somebody in the chat who has tried these on or that have a pair to let me know, are they like more comfortable than Asics and New Balances? Like, what is the deal? Is it just because they super cheap, or is it what you say?
They're just saying they kind of got that that Asic New Balance feel, more Asic than New Balance.
Right.
Yeah, and it's cheap. So it's a knockoff The knockoff Avia. I mean, knockoff ASIC.
Okay.
But it always has been a name brand shoe though, because we was wearing Avias back in the day.
I was never wearing no Avias. Hold on, I'm trying to text Jay right quick. Hold on.
You say he wasn't wearing the Avias.
I remember, but like I faintly remember, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would have to see what's the word with them. I don't think I would get a pair though, but
Oh no, these for the ladies, for real, for real. I seen a couple of guys posting them on Facebook as well or Instagram. They had a pair, but these more or less for the ladies. This is a lady swag right here.
What about the kids though?
Yeah, you can put your kids in these too. I will put my daughter in these before I put my son in these.
Okay.
But these definitely a go. $25, you can't beat it.
Right. Yeah, you definitely can't beat $25, but it's a no go for me. As far as if I was with a girl who had these on, where are we going? We going for a walk?
Y'all want to go out for the day with those on?
Oh no. No, we can't go nowhere. What the we going for a walk? Cool. We chilling. Cool. We going out? No.
You ain't going out with in those?
No, we can't go out with these. Like, yeah, no, we can't go out with these. Yeah, Maryland, the Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi today, but we going push through, man. We gonna push through, man. So nobody in the chat has ever put these on or talked to anybody that wore these. Yeah, like I said, or like Noah was saying, I think it's the comfort in them and along with the price. I don't even walk past that shoe department in Walmart. Like I walk around that jaw.
Oh.
Yeah, I walk around that jaw. Why am I walking in the shoe department at Walmart?
I'm never going to. But the shoe department be like next to the cleaning supplies and shit.
No, not in the Walmart I go to. I go to the Walmart in Glenolden.
Oh,
so
right.
The shoe department is in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going that way. Only time I would go there is like electronics. You gonna get a TV or some shit or get something for your TV, then you gotta walk past that joint. But other than that, I'm not going in that department.
Exactly.
We said the Walmart specials is cool for the ladies, Maryland. We just said we not wearing them.
We're not wearing them as men, but we fucking with them.
Yeah, we just said we not wearing them. But y'all good money. Yeah, so that's what it is, people. Walmart, $25 if you need something for the cookout. See, you can't even go with me to the cookout with these Jones on. No, I'm sorry.
Can't go to the cookout either?
No. No, I can't do it, man. I can't.
He said, y'all can't even go to the cookout with him.
Look, Maryland, I go to the Glenolden Walmart because that's the closest Walmart to me. Like, where you want me to go? I don't want to go out to the other John. Like,
which one she goes to?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I go to the one in
even the one in South Philly, I think is a little ghetto.
Nowhere in the city. I really don't.
Right.
I go out I don't live in the city, so
yeah. I don't. What Walmart you go to, Maryland?
She probably go to
Walmart. She go to South Philly. That joint is worse.
Horrible joint.
Yeah, that joint is worse. Man, I never go on that joint.
That's nigga sensitive.
What's the state road joint she talking about? Is it like near Springfield? That's the joint near Springfield?
Springfield.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not going that far.
I don't even go to that one, and I live. That's up the street from me. Dang, that's right around the corner from me. It's like a block and a half.
Yeah, no, I'm good. All right, let's move on, man. Let's see what else is going on in Sneaker Check, man.
We had a couple of people who posted. Get back to the joint right quick.
Let's see, man.
Slow week in shoes, though. It's been a slow week in the
That's a
community. She actually posted 2 pairs. I like the second pair that she posted as well.
Okay.
I like the second pair that she posted. These to be at Walmart. These is a good shoe. This is a Puma. It's not a bad shoe. This is a shoe that is
Wait a
inexpensive.
minute. I don't think they're at Walmart. Oh, they are at Walmart.
They at Walmart.
Okay. We doing Walmart today. Walmart, kick in.
Walmart.
we need some sponsorship. Walmart, kick in.
Exactly, and they only $39, so you can't beat that. These are dope. Well, Walmart has partnered with StockX as well.
Yeah.
So Walmart has said that they were going to expand their sneaker department, and they actually got some fly stuff for the cheap,
Right.
especially the ladies.
I think they be having these joints like online though. I don't know if you can go in the store and buy it.
Yeah, these are online only because they got
Right.
Hoka on here as well. Yeah, but if y'all go online and type in sneakers, or y'all type in the brand, it'll pull up some stuff, and you'll actually get a chance to see some fly shoes on there.
All right, no, she says she go to the John at Maple Crossroads. I just want to ask because she lives farther down than me. So you doing all of that to go to Walmart?
Yeah, she go to the one all the way out there.
Thanks. All right, let's do one more in sneaker check, and I'm gonna bring Jay in.
I'm gonna do my post. These is
Jay, what up?
that I
Yo.
need. So this is the one last sneaker post that we've been seeing that's going
Yes,
crazy.
I photo by my joint, huh?
We're gonna do one more in sneaker check, and then we're gonna be right with you, Jay. Let's see now. Let's see what you talk about.
So these are the Bottegas, a real and popular shoe right now.
Okay.
We won some. Everybody is getting them I remember when they first came out, everybody hated them and said they were so ugly. And now, what I mean? Because more people are getting them and wearing them, everybody wants them. So these is going for $1,094.
Right.
Bottega. If you don't feel like going to the mall or you can't find them in your local area, hit up Jay at Los Angeles. They got
I like the bubblegum bottom. We gonna get into that in a second. I only like the bubblegum bottom, but I'm good on it.
Oh yeah, I had them next week.
I'm good on it.
Yeah, they should be on the mall.
They heavy too.
Yeah,
They're heavy.
I tried them all.
Very heavy.
Jay, you got some fans in the chat, man.
Hey,
Anything else you wanted to say on these now?
Nah.
All right, y'all let us know in the chat and in the comment section if y'all are rocking with these or no. Like Nell said, you can find these in the bougie section. Where is these at? Neiman's, Nordstrom,
Neiman's, the bougie stores,
all the above.
Yeah.
All right.
Above.
All right, people. We have a special guest tonight. We haven't seen Jay in a minute, so first and foremost, how are you doing, good brother?
oh, good, man. Can't complain.
Solid.
Ain't at all.
Solid. All right, so you said you had some information that you wanted to share with us and let us know what's going on, what's the moves, what we doing, what's happening. Let's give you the big
just a little, just a little shift. I'm no longer at the store. So now, I've already had garment supply, which is the brand indication, but for the last year, just kind of freelance authentic. Just because one, right now we're so flooded with the fakes that just trying to educate people so that they can be better educated in their purchasing things, especially when you're buying online.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing with the market and like the sneaker industry that's really kind of that thorn in the side is the fake. So if you are into this, again, by all means do your thing. I don't judge. That's what it is. That's your bread. But for the people who are trying to buy authentic products and for good money, you just want to know that your items are good, whatever. So garment supply, we do authentications. I do broker deals. I still kind of, you're looking for certain items, I can find them for you, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, I'm not at the store right now or anymore.
Okay. Is there any like specific tips that you want to give people when it comes to looking out for fakes?
The biggest tip that I could give anybody is the smell. The smell a lot of times will give it away, even if the material kind of looks good or it has a lot of the features that you're looking for in the authentic item. More specifically, shoes. You'll smell like a very pungent kind of toxic odor, kind of smell like fingernail polish remover or something really pungent. And that's just the chemicals and the glue that they use. Most of the brands have a specific glue that is a little bit more subtle where you won't smell the glue. But if you smell anything along those lines that's chemical or like a glue type of smell, normally that would indicate that it's not real. I think that's really the easiest thing. Going on YouTube, you could always go on YouTube and just kind of search authentication of the item that you got so that when you go into it, you actually know what to look for. Even if it's something online, you for more pictures or specific pictures where you can kind of see things if you're not face-to-face with a person. But being face-to-face, the first thing you should be looking for is the smell. Okay. If there is a smell, you have some issues.
Okay. All right. No, you got any questions? And Jay, is there anything that you wanted to speak on, like given the situation?
I would be honest, bro. Nah, not really. It's
okay.
It's one of those things where it's just like anything that I say will negate some type of sympathy for me. And I don't want sympathy. I mean, the process in itself was a learning process. I knew what I was getting myself into. I'm a big boy. It turned out how I didn't want to. You know what I mean? And then, in any situation, and this will probably be funny to people, but in any situation in life, you always have this one syndrome that a lot of us do is like housewife. She can't be, but because you care for her so much, you try to make her into something she'll never be. I think that's kind of what it was. Like what it was coming into it, the reality played out, and it's not necessarily person driven. The hype train. I never really been on the hype train. You know what I mean? Like I just celebrated my 44th birthday. I've been into fashion and sneakers my whole life, and the hype. Hype comes and goes. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff I do in general from a fashion standpoint is not necessarily based in what's hot right now. I tend to be, dressed to the beat of my own drum, which is I think fashion should be. And that's not really the hype. Just like y'all was saying with the Bottegas. I think that shoe is horrible. I would never pay $1,000 for it. But I think because people who have money wear it and that, in that sense, then people are like, oh, I'm gonna get this shoe because it means that I got money, and if that's what you feel, then cool. That's your bop. But I'm the type of person where because everybody has it, I'm gonna typically stray away from it. But then I'm gonna grab something that's to that level, that looks almost to that level, and still give me that same effect. But I got it for the low, and now I got one up on you in that sense, or I could put you on. Like I could show you how to be different and do some do some things. That's what I was saying earlier. T, when I was telling you, like my summer rotation for this summer is I got some crazy different lane type of stuff I'm trying to do, and I got a few grails that I picked up. So my little summer rotation kind of crazy.
All right, I got a couple questions, and then I want you to show us, some of what you're talking about. I just want to know, like, because that has been kicked around to me and like before by a couple of people as far as like getting a store and things of that nature. Is it like a hard process of getting like licensing, like getting retros and like by abundance? Like how is it the process?
Yeah. So to get a retail store, resale is easy because you essentially come in with your own product and you get it by your own means. and you run it like through that business. Like you're basically just a big time reseller with a storefront type of thing. In terms of getting the deals where you are getting the stuff for under retail, for wholesale, and then you're selling it at the suggested retail price. You do have to, reach out to these companies. A lot of times these specific brands want you to be in business for a certain amount of time, depending upon where you are. So it is some kind of red tape and some legwork that you had to do. It's not the hardest thing in the world. But in terms of stores where you're doing retail, you really have to try to figure out your own lane and where you can go to make you different, especially in this economy. And that's kind of one of the things that we were dealing with the resale space, was that now that people don't have this extra money to spend, they're really spending their hard-earned money. They're thinking about it. Like, do I want to drive all the way out there, or do I want to just go to South Street? You know what I mean? Where can I get it for the best price? In all honesty, people need to stop being lazy and just go online, because it's a buyer's market. So you can find anything you want for tremendous prices if you really put the legwork in the look. But it's just truly trying to build those relationships with those brands, reaching out to those brands, and presenting your business in a certain way that they want to work with you. Where your market is, and even now with social media, a lot of brands, when you're talking to them, they are looking at your social media. How many people do you reach? Is that a market that they're already not touching? I would suggest, if you are able to start a business in that sense, I think you should, go to them with the wholesale idea and start working the business that way. You know what I mean? You got to spend money to make money. If you're coming to me looking for trying to do something with me, I'm gonna respect you more when I see that you've already spent a few dollars with me. And now, I'm gonna really be willing to work with you more, because again, I see what you're moving. I see that you're grabbing a bunch of stuff, and I see that it's moving for you. So how can I give it to you for a better price so I can give you more, and then you can reach, more people with the stuff. So it's really based off of the relationships, and just really doing that legwork, socializing, going out to New York, going out to LA, going to the trade shows, meeting people, representing yourself, being out here, and your reputation. The people can say any guys that that know me, they can always vouch like, yeah, Jay cool. And so your reputation speaks volumes in terms of, doing that business for sure. Because they pick and choose. Getting a regular traditional Nike or a low tier Jordan contract is not hard, but getting retro Jordans is very hard. It's some stipulations that you have to have. You have to know the right people. You have to be in a thriving market. So that part in itself is tough. But if you have the business savvy, or even if you just have the fashion savvy to where I don't have to have the most expensive stuff in my store, I have the stuff that people like. I have something different, or I have something for everybody, to where, you're not necessarily dressing exactly like everyone. Right.
All right. So if like, say if it was a niche for, because, we come from like 90s, early 2000s, that era, right? So say if that was the niche, would you think that that's profitable in today's time?
So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. In a larger market, I think a store specific to the 90s would pop way better. I think you'll have a slew of people who will support what you're doing, because there are a lot of people specifically online that really stuck in that nostalgia area of Nike and sportswear. But I think in a market like New York, in a market like DC, in a market like, Philly is a good area, but I don't think that we have the smorgasbord of people to really have or serve those niche platforms the best. Right. But you could always have it here, still work it here, and then also work it online and through social media, which always is a good idea, a good tool.
All right, now before Jay shows us what he's working with, you got any questions? Anybody got any questions in the chat as well? Any questions now?
No.
All right, Jay, let's see what we got going on, man. Summertime vibes.
Summertime rotation. So the one shoe, I'm glad when I jumped in, y'all was talking about the Bottega. So the vintage running shoes or the vintage sportswear shoes is really kind of the vibe right now. It's been for a while with Asics and New Balance is kind of picking up, and then even now Asics is kind of plateauing in terms of like resale. You could go to any store and get a few pair Asics or whatever. So I'm rocking with these. These are called the Mizuno Adventure. So this kind of gives you that Bottega vibe. It kind of gives you a Balenciaga or even like a Golden Goose vibe. The shoe is supposed to look dirty. These are only worn a few times. They're supposed to kind of look worn and look dirty. That's the look that's going for. If you're not aware, Mizuno is a Japanese brand. If you've been around the sneaker game, you know that Mizuno's been around for a while. We used to wear Mizunos. They're in the same breath as Saucony's and Asics and all that with the Japanese sportswear. So this is one of the ones in the rotation, the Mizuno Adventure. The other one is another Mizuno. This is called the Mizuno Racer X, and it's still kind of that same retro shoe vibe. It gives you the kind of, the beat up, dirty kind of look to it. This is kind of my replacement for a white shoe. I think with most of my white outfits or anything that I'm trying to do like a white shoe this summer, this is going to be the vibes. It's kind of on the white, cream, silver tip, with the overlays, just kind of like how the Bottegas and the Asics and all of that kind of playing off that silver sportswear joint. This other one is a really dope collab, but they have a lot of stuff coming. Again, it's on the retro runner vibe. And if you've been around and this is another brand that you may be familiar with, Brooks. So Brooks has come out. This is a collaboration with Jeff Staples. So if you're a sneaker guy and the Staple Pigeon Dunks, this is the same guy. He did a collaboration with Brooks for this is called the Adrenaline GTS. It's a very comfortable shoe. This is actually leather on the upper too. It's not all cloth or just the material. It's a dope shoe. It's comfortable. Retail was like $170. They are sold out in this colorway, but you could go to Brooks and the Brooks website and you could order them in a couple different colors. They like $140. Not that bad. That's really my rotation in terms of just on a regular chill shoe. Like I said, I was able to recently, again, like I said, if you really are looking on the internet, you can find some great deals on some stuff you really want. So this is a shoe that I had years ago, been trying to find it again in my size, a good pair, the Just Don Jordan 2s. So again, anybody who don't know, Just Don was, one of the collaborators or one of the friends of Kanye West. He wanted to do something dope with his collaboration with Jordan. So this is based off of a Chanel pocketbook, a blue suede Chanel pocketbook. I'm, again, trying to find them for a while. I got them for a great price. Actually wore them on my birthday. One of my favorite shoes. And then last but not least, Trophy Room High. This is probably one of my all-time shoes. I found this online. Man, listen, I'll tell y'all offline what I found this one for. This is to the day still one of my favorite.
Hold on, Jay. I need to see the soul on them joints. What we doing? Hold on, man. It's details in these things, man. It's details in these things, man.
So they got these are 8,366 out of 12,000 because it was only 12,000 pair. This is the pair with the big scandal with Marcus Jordan backdooring a bunch of pairs. And unfortunately, I normally know the story, but right now I can't remember it to tell it. So I don't want to embarrass myself. But it was something that happened in a game with Michael Jordan, which is the reason why it's something to do with either he had a bad game or something. But this is like crystal, kind of look like ice over the shoe. There was something that happened in the game February 10th, 1985 is the reason why they did that special joint. The crazy part is it came with no box, so I don't know if it is the regular box or the friends and family, even though the friends and family pair only just had blue laces. The shoe was the same. They were all numbered into that 12,000 pair, and the friends and family just came with some laces that said Trophy Room, which you could probably buy online anywhere. But yeah, those two right there is probably grails I've been waiting for a long time. Found them online, good price. But I'm definitely on the retro runners. I don't have a pair to show, but also Saucony's, man. Saucony's, I know a lot of like stores are carrying them now, like Snipes and all that stuff like that. But that same exact model's been out for a while. So again, if you do your research and you're trying to be different, go online and put in that style and you can find some colors that might be discontinued that you can get for a good deal, and at least you'll have what's going on, but you won't look exactly like everybody else. You know what I mean?
All right. I don't want you to give away all the jewels, but if you could give away something like for them to look like when searching online, like where is a good place for them to start when searching online?
To be honest, depending upon what you're looking for, the easiest thing I can tell people 9 times out of 10 is go to Google, put in the brand that you're looking for and search it. A bunch of stuff is going to come up. A lot of the stuff that I find, and I don't gatekeep, you know, but it is. I find a lot of stuff is really just bored, sleepless nights. I'm on the computer and I'm just Google searching either an image that I saw or the name of something that I know, and then I just keep searching. A lot of websites will be BS, but you just got to go through them, and that kind of goes along with the authenticating. Most of the stuff, if you know what you're looking for, you know what the prices should be. So when you see it for a deal and it's brand new and it's like they got every single size and you may not know the website, a lot of times it's too good to be true. I had a homie of mine who is into a brand called St. Michael, which is a Japanese brand. And somebody sent him a website. He sent it to me, and I'm like, no, this ain't good. You know, they had the prices crazy on there for the low. And I mean, this is a place that has like $400 or $500 t-shirts. Right. The t-shirts is on there for $100, $200. It's like, all right, you're not getting a deal like that for that, especially brand new, with all of the sizes and all that kind of stuff.
If y'all see Jordans that be like $50 and they got every size and it's the Jones that just came out, leave that shit alone.
Or it's something that's like a Travis Scott Jordan 1, which typically on the low tier or the ones that everybody kind of got are like $500 and it's still there for the 165 or, you know, under $200. You know, always have your antennas up. Please have your antennas up, because 9 times out of 10, somebody is trying to get over on you because they know that a lot of people don't know. They know that there's not a lot of education out. And again, I'm on Instagram. My regular Instagram is J Garment Supplies. The other is the Instagram for the store. If you have questions about stuff, even if it's just like I said, you see a website and you're trying to get a brand, send it to me. I'll easily just tell you, no, that's not a good job. You know what I mean? And it's, as far as like you, Nell and T, if there's anything y'all looking for, you can let me know specifically, because I'm on my computer now, but a lot of my stuff is in my tabs. If I see something that I know is good, I just save it in the tabs. I don't always know at the top of my head, but it's like really a lot of Google searching, man. Macari, Depop, a lot of these places, I search there because I know what to look for and what not to look for, type of stuff. So, you know, and just kind of the Google searches. Some stores will have it. Even if you're looking for something like the Mizunos, they sell them in the United States. The 2 that I showed you, they only sell them in Japanese websites, and they're not expensive at all. I mean, you know what I mean? Like $150, the typical price of a running shoe or whatever. But it's just knowing where to look, you know what I mean? Knowing where to go. And that's kind of what, when I do launch things more with the garment supply, is just giving people access to stuff that if they really did the homework, they could see it and have access to it, and then, but it still be affordable. That was my biggest gripe with the game before. It was just that, yeah, when it was good, we made good money, but it just got to a point where we were taking too much advantage. And now it's just like, you know, why would I would rather sell you something pre-owned than brand new just so I can save you a couple dollars. And if I save you a couple dollars, I know you'll come back. Or if you save a couple dollars, you might buy more, you know, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you the same experience that I would want as a shopper. You know what I mean? I want it. And I want it for the low without being disrespectful. So yeah, show me the good numbers.
That's the thing. All right. Do you know if there's any reason that like July seems like it's gonna be dry? Like July seems like it's gonna be dry. Like nothing's really dropping until like mid-August.
I think, you know, they want to push the build up. You know what I mean? Jordan Brand is dropping a lot of stuff. They're dropping a lot of stuff. You know, it's a lot of things coming in the fall too. So, you know, why oversaturate the summer when we're already here? Fashion and sneakers is the same way. So anything that they're promoting and they're putting out is typically not here yet. You know, they're promoting it as it'll be here. So with us being in the summer season, I doubt it's really anything crazy that's going to drop. Maybe a few surprises here and there. But we have a heavy August, we have a heavy September, And I know the holiday 25 is going to be crazy, especially on the retro chip. So
yeah, it's the Bugs Bunnies, the Gammas. They got a couple things coming. I think
yeah,
even
I'm actually
Still
excited for the Chicago Lows.
Okay,
I'm excited for the Chicago Lows. That's so I've had the gripe with Jordan for the longest, where they just kept kind of, Adobe Photoshopping us, whereas like they just now it's like lavender, but then it's just like grape purple. Now it's like you're giving us the same stuff, and you basically just kind of changing the hue a little bit. But now actually doing a lot of our favorite highs and the low is dope. I think it's a great idea, especially when you're doing the OG one. I think the OG one is the best silhouette anyway. So, I think it's truly dope. And there's some gems out here that's not expensive. If you like the rookie of the year highs, the rookie of the year low is amazing, and it's like under retail. You know what I mean? The black toe lows is under retail. I think they got a Columbia blue low. You know what I mean? And they all fly Jordans. I'm off high Jordans now for some reason.
Y'all be on y'all low shit, boy.
I wear a 13, so it's a lot of shoe, bro. It's a lot of shoe. So the lows just kind of look better. And all honesty, the only Jordan 1 high that I ever said I was going to continue to try to get was the trophy run. So I'm actually done on the highs for a while. But it's some, it's a lot coming out. You got the fragment Jordan Travis, the reverse fragments is coming out. I also heard that it's another black, white, and blue Jordan Travis low that's coming out, but it's not a fragment. It's going to be like a takedown or a poor man's, but it's still going to be a Travis. And then after that, hopefully by December of 25, we're going to get the pink and cream Jordan Travis Jordan 1 lows. So that's going to be crazy. I think that'll probably be one of the bigger drops of the season is that one.
So we officially hit the halfway part of the year, right? What would you think the sneaker of the year so far? And what do you think by December, or we had in the same conversation in January, was the 2025 sneaker of the year?
So for me, it was the Air Max 95 because it's never been a shoe like that. I mean, it's like I equate when the first time I seen that shoe was like the first time I heard Method Man from Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Like the nostalgia behind that shoe was just so crazy. I don't care how many times they bring it out. I didn't get a new pair. I don't want to grab them every single time, but I am excited for them because it's one of my favorite shoes. I'm hoping that this year's model was a little bit more comfortable. That was always my issue with that shoe, was just it was a little heavy. I just think it's a great year for retros. I was upset initially about the undefeated Jordan 4s coming out, but I really think it's dope. I think it's a dope shoe, and I think I'm excited to see how people dress it up or dress it down. So I'm gonna say my shoe of the year is the Air Max 95, just for the nostalgia reasons. I think it was time for it to come back, and it was a great drop. It's not anything new that is having me truly excited, except for I did get word that they're bringing back the Ben 23 Jordans.
Okay. So
they're bringing back that whole series. They're going to redrop the ones that dropped years ago, but they're starting with a new drop, which is the Ben 23 Jordan 6. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the Jordans. I think, it's been a lot of good drops from them recently. And it's just like, for the resale market, it really stank. I think the one shoe that we kind of got over on people with was the Jordan 5. I mean, it was at one point we were charging like $500 for them Jordans, man.
Which five? Which five?
What was it? The black one. The
Reimagined Black. Okay.
Yeah, the Reimagined Metallics. In all honesty, I think any Jordan now that comes out, if it does get a resale value, anything over $350 is overkill. I think $350 is a good margin where people can make a few dollars on a shoe that wasn't that easy to get, and you could get a shoe that you think is dope. And a lot of people got it. I just think that because it was so many, I don't think charging people $500 and $600 for it was right. You know what I mean? Because I'm paying $500-$600 for a shoe where everybody's not going to have it. You know what I mean? Like everybody's not going to have it. 350, 250, 200 to 350 to me is like a normal price for shoes in today's market or world or whatever. So anything above that to me, I feel like is a superior or a more exclusive shoe that I'm gonna be wearing. And again, like I said, that Jordan was so readily available, even though it was dope. I could give that its props too. Because out of the reimagines, I really like those. I really like.
Fire. I got them. They fire.
Yeah, listen, I tried them on. I felt them. Again, I got issues with any Jordan High nail, so I didn't grab them. But I love what they did. The material was great, and that's always the fear with a retro is just that the material was going to be shitty compared to the older material. So, which happened with the black cement threes. I feel like the material on the newer one was terrible compared to the oldest.
I think it was like a hit or miss on them Jones because I see when they was first dropping, I seen people complaining about the quality of them joints, but when I got my pair was cool. Right.
I mean, every pair I've touched physically when I was at the shop, they all were good. The good material was good. You know what I mean? The shoe was a beautiful shoe. And like I said, I'm really a 3 guy. So when the black cement 3s came and that material was subpar, I was really disappointed. But they did a great job with the 5s. The 5s are tough. You really gotta love 5s. Like it's no really in the middle with a 5. You either love 5s or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It gotta be the colorway for me when it comes to the 5s. Because I don't really like 5s like that. But those certain colorways like that joint is fire.
Right. So, I mean, what the grapes? Did the grapes come out this weekend or they about to come out?
No, they just came out. I seen them in stores. They actually not selling out.
They dropped on Friday.
Yeah, they not selling out, so they sitting. I seen them in the store.
Again, that's a nostalgic 5 too, man. Right. I remember when they actually came out. Right. They actually came out. I had to watch my nephews for like 3 weeks, and my brother gave me his old pair because he had 3 pair. He wore them once and then gave them to me. I had to watch my nephews for them, John. So I definitely was around for them. It's a great shoe, man. It's the summertime too. Like the summer is always great because you get to see the whole shoe. Right. You try and wear your shoes and you really get to see the whole shoe. It's not hard to buy pants or anything like that. Plus, you gotta have a crazy sock game nowadays too. So
see, I be trying to tell them, Jay. I be trying to tell them you gotta have a crazy sock game, man. You gotta have a crazy sock game.
It's definitely certain shoes you can raw dog, but you know what I mean. With the Jordans, man, you gotta have a crazy sock game, dog.
So Jay, I got a question, and I got a question more or less for the audience. For the audience, we got a lot of ladies that always ask us, what's a good shoe to wear to a sneaker ball? What's a good shoe that will look good with a dress that's versatile for every day, but also for this main event that I'm trying to go to? What would you recommend?
I'm always recommend a Jordan 1. You could go high or low. I think the sleekness in the shoe is what to me looks the best, even on females. Anything sleek though. If a Jordan is not your twist, you could go with a dunk. I could go with a dunk or something, just kind of give you that skinny, sleek feel. I actually this year was the fifth anniversary of the sneaker ball with Rodney McLeod that we would collaborate with, and so I was there, and I actually did a double-breasted black with the white pinstripes suit. Like a white, like kind of a fitted t-shirt, so it was just kind of look like a white shirt underneath, black pants and the trophy rooms, and I think that really looked nice. You know what I mean? The last few years, I think I've done either an Air Force 1 or a Jordan 1 to that event. I think out of all of the times I've only done a Jordan 1 or Air Force 1, and again, the Air Force 1 is a good one too. I think anything that gives off that sleek, especially for a guy. You still got to have your pants tailored and tapered, you know what I mean, as if you was wearing a regular suit. So those type of shoes really lay right with that. The girls could kind of, change it up but be different. But I would recommend just the sleekness of the Jordan 1.
Now, so that was for the ladies, right? Now we got the guys. So being so that you're not a go with the program type of dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend the Prada cups? I know you said the Air Force Ones is one that you could put on, so that's a nostalgic and that's classic right there. You can't go wrong. But what about we seeing more of that?
My answer is twofold. I always love a Prada cup, but I do not like the new ones. I don't like the way that the sole is kind of squared off, where the older ones had more of a rounder bottom, where like, felt more like an actual sneaker. Where this other one, it still has the sneaker look, but it gives more of a shoe bottom. So I'm OG Prada cups for sure, but I'm not mad at a Prada cup with a suit. I've actually seen a lot of young guys do it this year for the prime, which I thought was a good look.
Yeah, they bringing the OGs back instead of that newer style, right?
I feel like any brand should tap into their nostalgia. Right now is the time. This younger generation, the disconnect between history and what they're doing now needs to be connected again. They need to see. I think it's always funny to me when the younger generation, which is dope that they're so creative, they create something or do something and it's loosely based off of something that we already had, but because of their lack of knowledge, they think they just created it. Right. And it's just like, no, this has been around for a while, and it's dope that it's coming back. It's truly dope that it's coming back. But nah, you wasn't the first person to have a crop shirt. You wasn't the first person to have baggy jeans.
No, it's the Carhartt shit for me, Jay, because it was like I've recently grabbed a Carhartt jacket like 2 years ago, like before it became a wave. And it was just because I remember, like, I had it when I was a young boy, so I just grabbed it. But these young bulls, or like just people in general, just wearing Carhartt now, like this shit just came out.
Nah, what's burning is the overalls now. Like we used to wear the overalls. Was young bulls. I said someone Jay up the other day talking about he too old to wear the overall. I said, bro, we was wearing them back in the 80s with the strap off.
One strap off.
Those overalls was crazy because they was fair guide. It was fair guide overalls. Those overalls are not only fire, but they're expensive as hell. But I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, I would rather people and when people come to me for like a lot of people come to me like, yo, it's my birthday. I need something. I'm not going to put you in what's the latest. I'm going to show you some stuff that is the latest, but I'm also going to show you some stuff that I think is decent, that based off of what I know of you, I think is decent and what you feel comfortable in. And typically when I'm helping or dressing somebody, I'll give them about 3 different ideas and let them pick, put it on, try it on, see which one you feel good in. Because at the end of the day, when you leave, you are going to have that on. You want to take them pictures. I want you to feel comfortable in it. And, sometimes it is cool to go out your comfort zone. It's some brands that are up and coming that are a little avant-garde that I actually like, that are super dope, that people haven't really jumped onto yet. But at the same token, I'm not wearing anything that's too crazy, especially if I'm not feeling comfortable in it. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Is there a sneaker from that time that you think they need to bring back? Like one specific sneaker that's on your list that they need to bring back?
Yes. The old Gucci that you had to go to Atlantic City to get.
Okay.
The Jay style to what style that Jay took.
I wouldn't be mad if that starts coming back.
I need either one of them.
I will hope. We again talking about the sleekness. My only issue was the bulkiness of the S dot. If they could revamp it and make it more sleek, like the original Gucci, I'm for it. Any of the older designer footwear is good. I mean, come on, Prada cups, the OG Gucci's, the high top version was one of my favorites too. The ones that look like the S dots, they had a high top joint.
Right.
Oh yeah, anything like that. I mean, again, any of these older Jordans that were really popular, that got the nostalgia. I think that the best thing with anything that you do in terms of having a business and you're trying to get people to believe in you and buy your stuff, the story of how you came about. We all love underdog. We all love the against the odds. We all love that kind of stuff. So when Jordan Brand and all this do these different stories, I still think that Jordan Brand needs to put out the Johnny Kilroy collection 9s. Okay. Put out all when Jordan was dressing up in the commercial, he was dressing up like the different personalities, and all of that is dope. You know what I mean? Like all of that is past the nostalgia now because it's older, but it's just something that draws the people in that is interesting about why am I going to spend money on the shoe again? Why?
Yeah, me and Nell was talking about that not too long ago about how they don't have the commercials like that they used to have.
They don't.
it's crazy because the ladies is leading the charge right now.
Right.
They are. They are.
Asia.
Those Aja, oh my God, them Aja Wilsons is crazy.
Right.
Bro, I think I got 3 pairs just because they
And what I don't know if they're purposely doing it, but I think is dope is that they're putting out a bunch of colors. People don't remember Kobe's used to have 30 colors.
Right.
They used to have a bunch of different colors, and they all would be different little things, the poison dart frogs and all of that. And I think it's dope the way she's doing it because it allows the young girls to actually get a pair.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might not get the one specifically they want, but it gives you the opportunity to at least get a pair and see what it's hitting for and be a part of that for her. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I seen it. It's like every 2 months it's gonna be a different colorway.
Yeah, I was looking recently. I was online recently, and every color I see is bananas. I'm like, and I want to get a pair for my daughter. You know what I mean? Like,
She got 6 colorways out so far, and they're beautifully priced. You know, they're not overly expensive, and you can find spots. You know, great show.
I mean, I think it's a little overdue, but bro, she's one of the I ain't gonna say one of. She's the best player in the WNBA.
Oh, that's.
I'm not saying that.
I mean, I would split that between her and Stewie, but
right.
right.
I mean, yeah, her and Stewie is killing it, and you got to look at the numbers.
Right.
They averaging over 20. They having triple doubles or double doubles. Like, come on, man, you gotta give them their props, man. And they've been there. It's like to not take away from Andrew Reese or Caitlin Clark. Both of them phenomenal, but we can't just keep saying, "Oh, the only reason people watching them is because of them two." Yeah, they looking because of the drama that surrounded around their relationship. But Aja Wilson and Stewie been doing this for years. Like, come on, and they proven themselves. So how can you take it away? And us three are old enough to like, come on now. We're not going to discredit Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Lobo. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like y'all tripping. Cheryl Miller, like, come on, bro. We're not going to just, gotta give her props. She a great talent, and I think her and Angel Reese are generational talents for 2 different reasons. I think they are the first 2 that came in and gave off that Magic and Bird. You know what I mean? Where it was 2 worlds that collided, and everybody was against. The corn husker white people was for Larry Bird. They despised Magic Johnson. And I hope that them 2 can have the same type of relationship like Magic and Bird had, though, behind the scenes, and really be homies. And people think that they hate each other. Like, I think that's dope. Right. Again, it plays with the nostalgia, play with the stories. You know what I mean?
Since we got here as well, before we go, do you think Drew redeemed himself with this new concrete boy Air Force One versus the original ones he put out the first time?
Which one are you talking about? The green ones, the colorful ones?
Yeah, the patent leather joints. We see a lot that got. At first, people were saying, nah, that wasn't it. But now we see everybody gravitating towards them. And actually, it's now up for for Sneaker of the Year.
So I'm going to probably be the bad guy in this. I think Yachty is the most unfashioned person. I think he's corny.
I agree.
I think he's a corn husker. I think that it was smart of him, so I could give him his props in that manner, to base it off of a bait.
Right.
It's basically basing it off of the bait. This is truly the year of the Japanese brands, even for the retro brands, in terms of fashion. So to base it off of or play it like a bait was the best thing he could possibly do. So for that point alone, I think that shoe is a dope shoe, but anything attached to him, he's terrible, man. I can't, just like we were saying, some of the takes that he says about fashion and stuff, he makes it feel like he's created so much, and it's just like, just at least admit that you're a student of the game.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? I've told people this story before. I don't even know if I told y'all this story. Years ago, I had a clothing brand, and I was using fashion that I was seeing on different platforms as models for what I was making my brand with. But when I started, I did tie-dye and bleach work on the t-shirts and hoodies. That's what everybody was doing. But when I got into the actual cut and sew fashion, did a fashion show, everybody loved it. But when I put the stuff up for sale, people weren't buying it and they weren't ready for those designs. Years later, I still see the same thing. It's a brand called Raspberry Hills that has the camo the Army surplus, like they was going to the Army Navy store, Army surplus, and it just says raspberry across the crotch. It's a dope pair. People love it. They resell at some points for like $400. They were like $150 retail.
That's crazy.
I'm not trying to sound crazy, like Soldier Boy or anybody. I swear to God, I did that back in 2004, and I did that because I seen somebody else do it. I'm not saying it like I created it. I'm just saying a lot of this stuff is just kind of redundant, and I wish he would give more props to the nostalgia of the stuff instead of just making like he's this trendsetter. No, you see some beautiful things that happened in the past, and you pulling them back out because you know what I mean. They spark your interest, but I mean, I think
Oh no, it's the thing they think that they created style. Like we never had style and shit. Like that's what they think it is. They think they created style.
I truly went through that scenario, bro, where it was like I was in a position where, let me choose my words wisely. I was in a position where my eye and my talent and what I did in terms of fashion and streetwear was always questioned as if it was inferior to somebody who I knew was truly inferior.
Right.
It's like you can't tell me about fashion when prior to where we are now, the highest fashion thing you had was Polo Association.
Right.
Like I was Ralph. Like I was RL 2000 Ralph. And if you're not a low head, you don't know what RL 2000 is. So I'm like tooting my horn, like, bro, like, but it was a weird situation to be in there. It was just like, so my eye is not a good judgment. Yours is. And it was that hype beast though. It was that hype beast to where if I have on all chrome hearts, I look better than Nell and T. Right. But Nell and T got on some Jordans with a fire lay, a hoodie, and all that played together. Man, y'all lay way better anyway because y'all put more time, energy, and effort into the lay. And I can see the true talent. We grew up with the term like the mannequin. You go to the store, you got
That's a whole. That's what I always say. The mannequin shit.
That's the Gucci mannequin. Like, dude, like anybody could go buy the outfit that they say you. She tried to sell me the same outfit, player. Like I just took the pants. You know what I mean? But it's like I think that's the hardest part is being able to say that and then still not want to step on other people's toes.
Right. To
be like, oh, he's a hater. It's not really about a hater. It's just, I was just always was taught, you pay homage. You pay homage to the people before you. Even like the crazy stuff going on with Jim Jones talking about he better than Nas.
Yeah, he wilding.
I think he's a great marketer. I would buy anything he sells just because of the marketing is amazing. But come on, bro. If it wasn't no Nas, it wouldn't be no Jim Jones. It wouldn't be no Cameron.
It's confusing because it be like, all right, he doing it as a marketing tool, but do you really believe that, nigga? Like, do you really believe that shit, nigga?
We believe it, bro.
And that's when it get crazy. You know what I found myself? I found myself in my older age truly just walking away from a lot of the idiotic arguments that I would get baited in. And even when it's like conversation was like, oh yeah, Little Yachty, the best dresser in fashion right now. And just like, if that's what you believe, that's what's up.
Right.
I don't agree, but sure. You know what I mean? And you have your opinion, I got mine. It's good, but we know the truth. Like we know the truth. People will say the craziest things just to make you, excited or frustrated when, if you've been around, you really, really know. But the best thing about, like I said, with fashion and sneakers is you truly get to express yourself. Those are the people that I like. When I go to certain cities, we was just in DC over the weekend. I like the people watch. I like to see what people are wearing. Like, you look online all day. That's just because somebody taking a picture on Instagram. That's not what they really wearing. That's not what the people is wearing. It was one point where I thought everybody was only wearing the hype sneakers, and then I go outside and I'm really out there, and it's like a lot of the stuff that's not selling in the store, people are wearing. People are buying, and they have fire fits with it too. But because it's not the popular shoe, it'll make you think like, oh man, or because the price is low, you just like, oh, that shoe ain't decent because the price is low. Like, no, that joint's still fire.
Thanks. All right. If anybody in the chat has any last questions before we wrap up, I did want to ask y'all, did y'all see the Tiana Taylor threes?
I did not see him yet, but I think the design for the ones was dope.
Right. All right. I
The
think
design when she did her
I think
run.
this is like a early picture, but I don't know if this is going to be the final cut. But this is like an early picture. So you know she has that rose theme.
Right, she's gonna stay.
I like
with
the
pink.
I like the bubblegum bottom. I'm always fucking with a bubblegum bottom. I'm not mad at them.
Where's she?
I ain't mad at them either.
Yeah, Harlem.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them.
Nah, I would love to see the actual one, but yeah, I ain't mad at it at all.
Fire though. I ain't gonna lie. It was fire.
That's her act. The one was underrated to me. Like, of course, it wasn't no $1,000 Jordan or anything like that, but the color in itself was dope. It was still played off the black and red. You had to be able to, you could play with the browns on it. You know what I mean? I thought it was a dope shoe.
I think it only got overshadowed because when it dropped, it's like so many ones is dropping. So it just got like overshadowed because there was so many ones dropping. But they was fire. Especially how they came in that glass case. Like that was fire.
Right. I mean, like you said, when they came out, it was during the demise of the Jordan 1 highs. They was just putting out too many Jordan 1 highs. And I mean, I get it. Milk was your best asset. I ain't mad at it for sure. But you know,
do you think that you now going to get that stigmatism placed on it because the fours is getting every scene, like they dropping a new 4 every other week or colorway every other so often? Will we now get tired of seeing?
I mean, the hardest part is that regardless of anything, when a Jordan shoe sells, they sell out, they're fine. They don't truly care. When you're talking about like the culture and the shoppers and the people, I think that, you know, yeah, they oversaturate things and that's what kills brands. I think that Denim Tears is a great brand, but it got so oversaturated that now nobody wants to wear it. So of course it's like, well, we're moving off of Jordan 1s because everybody has Jordan 1s. Everybody and their mom. The Dunks got destroyed. The Pandas were annihilated because it was just too much. Y'all just kept releasing them to where everybody had them. And then again, that's when they become corny because everybody got them. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people go through that epiphany, even if you are one of the people who kind of, you know, you stay with the herd, but at some point you have that awakening where it's just like, I tell people all the time, I used to wear State Property heavy. Shout out to Freeway, State Property, all of them. One of my favorite brands, quality material. I used to get calls, people like, yo, you down South Street? I'm like, no, I'm in the house. Somebody who looked like me with the same outfit I had on.
Right.
Because we were a pair of Timbs, the State Property Dickie looking jacket, and the big cargos. Like, you know what I mean? Light skin boy. They was like, oh, that's Jay. No, it wasn't me.
Yeah, that,
you know
what I
mean?
But Border jacket was crazy.
Listen, the puffer with the mock neck with the knit, bro. Yeah. If I could find one right now that I could fit, I would wear it right now. The problem is
the bring that whole collection back.
That's what I'm about to say. They need to bring that back.
The lane for
they should.
So just
right now, like you just said though, with Carhartt being what it is right now, it would sell. It definitely would.
But you got to remember, we was young boys, and not everybody had money back then.
Right.
So the people, us that go up and got a couple dollars, we can now afford that and push that even harder. I'm sure.
Right.
That's a fact. I seen you in the chat talking crazy, Marilyn, but I'm gonna let you rock. She's on my Polo's ass.
But that's another thing too. I got so deep in the Polo, bro, that I don't wear it no more. I just kind of fell off of it, and I was Polo everything. And Polo, it's been around for so long. If you are a Polo guy, you could always find different stuff and be different. Right. But I wear so much, I just got worn out, man.
No, I still have my collection of Polo shit, and I still gonna always have it and always buy it. I would just be like, when niggas was on Nike Tech shit, I was already had my Polos. I'm going to go to my Polo shows. Like, I'm cool.
Polo sweatsuit was always a good job, bro.
Right. But that's what it is. But this is episode 198, people. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Jay, for popping in and let us know what's going on. Tell them the social media handle for what you're doing now, so people can know.
So my personal Instagram is J with a long underscore, A with a long underscore, Y with another long underscore, probably 2 or 3, and then the other one is Garment GMNT underscore supply, how it's spelled on the screen, underscore worldwide. World and wide is underscore separated. On that brand, like I said, I do a lot of just the authentication, truly talking about regular fashion, really just kind of showing people different brands and talking about stuff like that. I'm gonna actually be doing a lot more engagement for the brand and getting everything out there, whatever. Because I got some stuff cooking in the city. Still want a fashion and a sneaker tip, just not on the resale level. And of course, if you already follow me, you're already, part of the craziness. Post a lot of crazy memes. Post a lot of stuff that I'm feeling. And I try to give gems to people, even if it's something that I just learned or something I've already learned, just to kind of give people the motivation. It's like the one thing out of my situation that I'm truly appreciative of is that I was able to chase my dream. I was actually able to do something that I truly, truly loved and had a strong passion for. I'm not done. It's just, the next chapter, the next step of what I'm trying to do. Because the end goal wasn't where I was was where I currently was anyway. But I'm a big person on do what you love, man. Do the stuff that you love. This is like you said, this in itself is a genre, bro. What y'all do, the following that y'all have, all of the other people who kind of do it. And I'm really big on, I know a lot of people hate to put race into it, but I'm big on us being more representative in the culture. You know what I mean? I saw Michael Jordan with Jordans online, but when I seen a pair of Jordans in person, it was a hustler. It was the streets. You know what I mean? Like, so you can't have streetwear without the streets, man. We can't be missing from something that we are a part of and that's truly just in our blood. It ain't on us, it's in us. Most of us.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's definitely in us. No, any last words, man?
Yeah, I got unsubscribed from Los Angeles because my fucking loyalty is too
I can dig it.
Listen, bro. All I can say is this, bro. I don't think nobody knows who the owner of KFC is. Right. But everybody know who Colonel Sanders is.
Right.
Meet the Colonel, bro. Meet the Colonel, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm on my Pusha T and Miley shit, bro. So be it.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you say now?
That chill before Jim Jones come get him. You know he don't like that shit.
Man, listen, he's gonna be mad because that album gonna be crazy, bro. They got a Kendrick verse, they got a Nas verse. I'm hearing snippets, and that joint is gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a crazy album for us because I don't think the Clips is a group for the younger generation. I think it's really for us from that area.
Definitely, definitely. I do want to say before we get up out of here, no, the Shy is going to hell. No. Yes, it is, nigga. It is. The Shy is going to hell, nigga.
He like all the fucking drama, the shooting and killing.
No, it just used to be more real, man. It just ain't real anymore, man. It just ain't real anymore. This ain't real anymore, man. I see people in the chat saying free Diddy is cool. Yeah.
Free Diddy.
That's a wild situation, man.
It's cool.
We're never gonna be able to look at Baby Oil the same again. We all traumatized, man.
Man, listen. I can't never dispel what Bad Boy, meant to us coming up. So that's gonna always be what it is, man. I'm always gonna be Bad Boy for life, man.
The hardest thing I think that we all get caught up in is when we become vested in the actual person past the art. Right. And we don't always have to subscribe to what they subscribe to. Right. And the unfortunate part is depending upon how you ingest their product is how you support them or not. A lot of this stuff that we may already have, it may not be a support for that person directly. But I'm gonna tell you, when I was out here grinding, just trying to get it from the muscle, I would listen to Hate Me Now on repeat
That's a fact.
When I tell you, Puff used to motivate the shit out of me, dog. So it's like, I don't know the dude that get kinky with the baby or you, but the boy that was on hate me now. I love that guy.
That's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
fact. That's a fact.
My shit, my anthem.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. So y'all know what it is, man. All right, people. This is episode 198. We're gonna get up out of here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, all that good stuff. And we'll see y'all next week.
Oh, I just want to say, what's
Go
the
ahead,
boy
Nell.
name? Ace. What's the kid name? Ace, the fucking young boy.
Ace Bailey.
His team did him wrong, man. Team did him
What
wrong.
Where'd he go?
So he could have been.
But what number did he go?
He went to Utah.
What number though? Was it like 8?
Fifth.
Okay.
He went fifth, but he could have been in a big market like a Philly. They were saying teams was looking to trade up to get to that spot because they knew, whatever. So his representation sometimes can do you wrong when you listen to the wrong people who don't really got your best interests at heart.
That's a fact, but it could be a gift for him because he said he wanted his own team. He said he didn't want to go to a team that had players. He said I'm the number one option. That's what that nigga said. Yeah, that nigga said
The number one options.
Now, listen, you can't complain when you're plate full. You asked to eat, right?
Right.
If he's saying he wanted his own team, he got it. And now the proof of being the pudding. The proof of being the pudding at this point. If you can really take them to a championship team or back to a playoff team, so
yeah,
they said he was trying to push his way to the Nets, but he ain't made it that far.
Right. All right, people, we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next week, man. Deuces.
See y'all tomorrow. Game 7.
Thanks.